So there are 4 things that you need to do on Instagram to be successful. So check them out. Welcome back. And we are still talking about IG. Why? Because Instagram is still hot, and because there has been a ton of changes to Instagram. I feel like just a few months ago, I was going over all like the crazy algorithm changes, and now it's really changing again. The landscape is changing, how you interact is changing. There's a health score that you have to be worried about, and today I am talking and sharing about the 4 things that you need to know to be successful on Instagram. There's a few basic things that you need to know in order to be successful on Instagram, and if you're not doing these things, then you are literally sabotaging yourself. So let's jump right in, because these 4 things, they are very crucial to winning the game on Instagram. So the number 1 thing is to be consistent. I know that you've probably heard this like a million times from all the other Instagrammers and all the Instagram marketers and from all the social media marketers that they're out there and influencers, but it is so important to be consistent. And what I mean by consistency is, like, right now, I'm posting a lot more to my stories than I am to my feed. My feed is experiencing, well, actually in the last couple of weeks since I've been sick, I have not done a whole lot of posting, and I'm trying to rework my feed. I've been polling my audience a lot through stories, so I'm trying to find out exactly what my audience wants from me, and so that's really important. So I'm still continuing to be consistent by talking to my audience, and that's what consistency means. It doesn't mean that you're posting all the time or that you're posting every single time to your feed. It just means that you're being consistent in engaging with your community, that you're being consistent with being out there, with polling, with asking questions. You really want to make sure that you retain your audience's attention. So just trust me on that. Be consistent. And it means that you're showing up, as I said, on stories, that you're commenting on other people's posts, that you're following other people, that you are engaging with other people. You can't just post. You have to go out there and go look for things to interact with, because engagement is so important. And by that means, the number 4 thing that you need to know to be successful on Instagram is to build relationships. And as I was just saying, you've got to go off of your page and start, and even off of the people that you normally follow, get on the Explore page and start just commenting on people's posts. Because if something is attractive, then get on there and say, oh, I really like that. Or the other day I was mentioning to someone, oh, I happen to have done that too. I think it's a great experience, blah, 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 blah. And I just generally gave my 2 cents worth, based on their picture. Go out there, go out of your comfort zone, and take the time out to have real conversations so that you can develop relationships with people online, so that you can really strengthen your audience, so you can have consistency in your presence. And that's really, really important. All right, and the 3rd thing that you need to be doing is to be authentic. And as you continue to build relationships, you continue to be more and more of your authentic self. So important, because this really goes without saying, there's so much fakeness out there in Instagram that your followers are not going to want to talk to you if you are yourself being fake. If you're posting things that are not real, if you're posting that extravagant life that it's just too good to be true. A lot of times, I was watching this thing on Facebook today, and it was this couple that was like, oh, they were watching this Instagram couple, and they're always talking about, like, they're the perfect couple, they have everything, oh wow, he must have gotten a brand new car. And so offline, the guy is literally taking pictures of like Rolls Royce and like other people's cars and other people's things, and the girl had a brand new dress, and the guy was like, you didn't take the tag off, right? And she's like, no, it's still here. A lot of times people can smell that. People can really figure out whether you're being fake or not. And it's so important that you continue to just be yourself naturally. I mean, I'm pretty normal, Sometimes I live a basic life. Sometimes it's a lot of fun, and sometimes it's crazy. But you get to see all of it. The normal, the not so normal, and the absolutely insane. You get to see all of it. but I'm never out there on Instagram posting something that I'm not. So finally, I want to talk to you guys about, before I go into the last one, I want to talk about engagement pods. When you're being authentic, Instagram notices also. So one thing is to be authentic in your appearance, and another thing is to be authentic in your engagement. So engagement pods are not the way to be authentic online. And one of the reasons why is because if you're in an engagement pod and all of those people that are in the same pod go and they comment to your post, and they're commenting on every single post that you're posting because you're on that pod, Instagram catches on to that. The algorithm catches on to them, and it notices that you're not being authentic, that it's not like authentic conversations. If they're normally like your friends and your family, and as I told you before, Instagram is all about that authentic relationship, engagement building society. They want to like craft this thing where you see more of the people that you want to see, of the people that you love, the people that you follow, that you really engage with, that you're liking, that you're commenting on. So that's why it's so important that you're authentic even with engagement pods. In my opinion, engagement pods are not the way to grow your Instagram account. I've never participated in one of them, and there was good reason for it, because I honestly felt like this was just not the right tactic. And as it's evolved, as a marketer, I've realized that I was right. This was just not going to be good. You could only sustain it for so long, and until it just completely dies off, because it's like the same tactic over and over again. All right, so last but not least, I want to talk to you about the last one, which is the number 4 reason that of the things that you should be doing on Instagram to be successful is to only post your own content. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because there's a lot of times that, I visit other people's pages and they have content of other people. It's okay to use like a Regram app to reshare something that you like and make sure that you're crediting that person. But it's another thing that you're posting, like for instance, memes. A lot of meme accounts, you're talking about a ton of meme accounts got taken down. And there was a time where memes, they were picking up a lot of traction and they were having these huge followings. And last month, Instagram did away with all of those meme accounts, those huge accounts. It doesn't matter if they were in good standing or not. The point is that if the content is not your own original content, do not post it on your Instagram. It's all about original content. If you do not own the rights of the piece of content, then do not post it. And yes, this also applies to images that you find on Pinterest, images that you find in stock, images that you find everywhere. If you don't own the copyrights or the rights of that piece of work, of that image, then you should not be using that image at all. I had a client that left me because, she left me, right? Because she wanted more aggressiveness, and then when she left me because I was also challenging her regarding the use of automation bots and the use of buying followers. So I questioned that, and I was like, look, I can't work like this. And then I tried to disable some of that stuff, and she was mad. And I'm like, look, I cannot work. I can't post great images and create a following and create an authentic gang for you, like a following for you and an audience for you, if you're using all of these other things that I'm totally against. So she's like, I think it's best if we just move on and we don't use you anymore. And I was like, hey, I'm totally good. I'm okay with that, because you're not the kind of client that I want. You're not ethical, and I stand for, some values that I have, and you just don't align with my personal values. Sometimes I go back and I snoop on her account, and lo and behold, I still get alerts that tell me that the Planoly is posting, even though I don't have access to the Planoly. I still don't know how to undo that, so I get all of her post alerts, and I'll go in there and I'll go look to see what she posted. And a lot of times I see pictures from Megan Hess, and I see a lot of images and drawings from other artists that I actually know of, and she tries to pass them off as her own, or she'll cut off Megan Hess's signature. She'll cut off the image so that it's a little more blown out. and then she never credits the author. She never tags the author of that image. And you know, that is literally, when you don't own the rights to images, you are in direct violation of the terms of agreement of Instagram, and it puts your account at risk. So remember, as I said, all of those memes, they were not yours. So if you were posting a ton of that, guess what? Your health score has come down a ton. So if I were you, I'd delete all that before I run the risk of losing my account, because a lot of those accounts that were legitimate, they still had maybe like 6 million followers. They can no longer have access to that account. They'd have to start from scratch, and they could not post that kind of content. So Instagram did away with all of that. They're really serious about copywriting and about you abiding by the terms of agreement. So I hope that you learned something today. Let me know if you are posting the kind of content that is original. Are you creating your own original content, or do you find yourself using content from other users, and are you crediting them correctly? Because if you're not, let me know in the comments if that's a little bad habit that you've got to get rid of. Say, hey, I got to get rid of my bad habit. I often use other people's content and I'm not crediting. But let me know. I'd love to know about this. And I want to also invite you that by in a few days, I am launching the first official free course, and it teaches you on how to really grow your Instagram and how to make your stories hit the Explore page. So if you're really interested on learning how to really make viral stories that hit the Explore page, make sure to check out the description link. In the description, the link in there is going to take you directly to sign up and be alerted when the free course drops in a few days. It's maybe about a week out. So I'm so excited to share this information with you. And again, make sure to like and subscribe as I bring you weekly videos that talk about creating a personal brand online by mastering your mindset, making your mark, and marketing on social media. Y como siempre, mi gente, besitos a todos y nos vemos la próxima semana.